Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a minute, but we got a couple of big ones here today, and we're going to do some baseline runs on both of these to see how our Neotec 3120 clone stacks up to an original Husqvarna 3120. Let me see what year. This is a 2024 Husqvarna 3120. It's got a few cuts on it, but pretty much brand new. And we just pulled this out of the box, our Neotec 8120. And this will be a Sawfest build. So this one we're going to go all out. We'll build a pipe for it, port it, probably even run down alcohol nitro mix to try and compete at Sawfest in the class with it. And this customer, and our 3120 over here, this is going to be a good gas race saw. Still be a muffler, one-piece head. We're going to add a carb with a high-speed. We're going to add a carb with a high-speed needle, and we're going to unlimited coil swap it. Probably throw some finger ports in, but that'll be a different video. So today, we're just going to fuel these up, fire them up, get some baseline runs, and see how this clone stacks up with an OEM 3120. And I just wanted to pop on here, say hi to everybody, and we'll get these fueled up and see what kind of power they put out. Now I'm going to do my best to tune these with what we're given. This new 3120 has the lower limit, I believe they're 9800, and we only have the one screw. And everybody says, yep, only one screw hole on our 3120 clone. And I'm not sure what this coil will let us do, if this coil has a hard limit or not. But we'll put a decent tune on both of them, and we'll make a few power pulls. So leave a comment, let me know which one of these you think will put out better power. The Neotec has a fish gill type muffler, and our OEM one has a deflector. Other than some colors, fit and finish, it's definitely a pretty decent looking clone. So hopefully it'll fire up good, play nice, and we can get some power out of them. I'm going to fire up the clone right here off the bench. Take a guess how many pulls you think it'll take to actually fire and run. Got these plastic spacers that come with the new Huskies. They work real good on these outboard clutches. 2, space the cover, and then I can cinch the brake down and make sure we don't send this clutch flying. And if it were to come off, it's not going to get us because it's going to go in the cover. So, put that on, tighten this down, and like I said, just leave a comment. Let me know how many pulls you think it'll get this to fire off. If it'll even fire. I sure hope it does because it's brand new out of the box. Make sure that spins. Then we'll be able to trip the brake. Really set that clutch down tight. And we'll see how it fires up. Decomp in, choke out, throttle lock. Off, on. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was 10. 11, 12, 13. Whew, those things are heavy. What was that, 16 pulls? Not too awful bad out of the box, seemed to fire up. And now we'll get it bolt down to the dyno and see how much power it puts out. You'll see it on the graph but we were just over 8.5 horse with our bone stock 3120, our OEM one, and it did have 9,800 RPM limit right around there. So let me know what you think our clone will put out. I do know from previous experience the clones are generally right there with the OEM as far as power output, but they do have a range. Some of them not even close, and other ones might even beat the OEM. So leave a comment, let me know what kind of power you think this clone will put out. And we do have some pretty decent plans for this one to get all built up for Sawfest, and hopefully it all works out right. I definitely think this chassis, I think you're going to see it used a lot more in the actual race series just because they're relatively inexpensive. I think these are still around $600. And if it can come close for a couple of cuts, just like an OEM, a few cuts at a time, these might last a while. But if you start pushing power and it just self-destructs, then we know it wasn't worth doing. But let me know what you guys think. Do these have a place in your lineup? I know other than racing, I don't want to cart a saw like this. So we'll get some power numbers. So if you listen to those two runs, the OEM saw has more of a rev limiter sound hitting the coil, and our clone has more of a rich sound where the carburetor's flowing a little bit too much fuel. We will swap it out, add a high jet to this one, or maybe swap to one that already has the high jet. Haven't decided that one yet. But overall, not too bad on the clone, and we will take a peek at the graph. Well, you can almost tell they're clones. Blue line is our OEM 3120. Red line is the clone 3120. On the clone we had 7.8 horse and 5.85 foot-pounds of torque. Nice flat curve. You can see both of them were stopping right around that 10,000 RPM. I want to say it's actually a 9,800 coil on the OEM, but both of them right around there. Our OEM 8.49 horse, 6.09 foot-pounds. A little bit more horsepower, a little bit more torque, but like I said, curves follow the same pattern, look very similar. And these big saws, they're great for big bar, just pull it. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and keep or add to this torque, but we're going to try and make them peak torque 7,500, 8,500, and that will peak horsepower 11.5, 12.5. So, in an ideal world, I'm really hoping that we can get close to 15 horse out of our OEM 3120 as a gas muffler race saw type. And when it's all said and done with the pipe, with the alky fuel, all the other stuff we're going to try and do to our clone, I'm going to shoot for 20 horse plus. 25 would be great, and maybe even more if we can get it. But it'll all just depend on how well this saw holds up. So I just wanted to stop in. So I just want to share this with everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this information, and let us know if you are looking to have a saw ported. Worksaws.com, and we can answer any of the questions you have. All right, thanks a lot everyone. Bye.